Hello everyone. Have you ever woken up and had the desire to ruin a beloved game? Well, that's exactly what happened to me this morning. So, I have made, quite possibly, the ugliest Mario Kart Wii texture pack. So, what I decided to do was, what if you made a texture pack that takes all of the textures in the game, but it's randomized for each track on what texture you'll get. So you'll have Luigi circuit tracks with random textures from every track in the game. And so that's what I've created today, hence the name Scrambled Kart Wii. I do not have myself playing this like live or anything like that, but I have pictures of it as you can see here. So this is Luigi circuit. You can see a lot of things here. This is I believe a Mario circuit texture, this like sand texture here. You've got Luigi's hat from actually Luigi Circuit, which is kind of funny. And in the background, you got some DK Summit snow over there. So, as you can see, very disgusting, very ugly. And that's why I have made it. It's beautiful in the way it is. So, and here you got more of Luigi Circuit. That's a dry ruins texture right there. It's just the temple texture essentially. Apparently you can do it to the boost panels too. You can like change the background of the boost panels, which I find funny. So you can make it a ton of different colors. I don't know what texture it is currently, but pretty hilarious. Moo Moo Meadows, pretty beautiful. You've got some kind of flower texture for the main road, and then a ton of bricks in the background. Pretty wild. I won't spoil all of these. I'm only going to do 4 tracks just to show you guys a little bit of what the mod is about. Or texture pack. I guess it's a mod kind of, but yeah, you got the escalators as the grass, which is interesting right over here. So pretty wild. Moo Meadows looks very ugly. Here's Mushroom Gorge, which actually doesn't look the worst, surprisingly. You got like a rainbow texture over here, and I don't even know what this texture is. I think it's a seagull or something. Not really sure. But yeah, this one weirdly doesn't look the worst. I couldn't texture the mushrooms. There are a few textures in this pack where I just couldn't texture everything, but most everything is textured. Especially in the later ones that I did. And you'll see these wiggler texture walls, which is interesting. So that's what the cave is, just a wiggler texture, which is very cursed. Then here's Toad's Factory, which I don't even know. It looks crazy, honestly. Don't have much to say about it. This texture, I believe, happens to be a background for the zippers, basically the half pipe ramps, which is pretty interesting. And then here is kind of before the mud section, if you can even recognize it. This is like a Delfino Square, I think, texture, and then this is just another brick texture. If you're curious how many textures were included in this, there's about 370 of them, so there's a lot of variety. In this, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'll have to download it in the description if you want to download it. Just a few things I will say. Daisy Circuit is incredibly bright. So bright, in fact, I think I need to give a warning. It's like genuinely, it hurts my eyes. I don't know what's wrong with it. And actually, I noticed that the textures for Daisy Circuit specifically were actually dimmer than most other textures for other tracks. So what I'm guessing is Nintendo probably made the track like really bright and then dimmed down the textures to maybe enhance how pretty it looks or something. That's my guess, because it just looks horribly bright. But yes, and then my personal the ugliest in my opinion, besides like Daisy Circuit just being really bright, is Desert Hills. Desert Hills is so incredibly ugly. I didn't even want to spoil it really, but it looks terrible, like really terrible in specific. But that's just my opinion. And the second main warning I wanted to give is you might not want to play this online. Not that you necessarily would. I mean, it's so disgusting. I don't know why you would ever do it online necessarily, but the reason I say that is there might be some cases where you can see through walls, and if that happens, that's actually bannable on CTGP. So just try not to get banned. I would say that this texture pack is like actually harder to play personally, but obviously if you could see through walls, I guess that technically gives you some advantage. So just don't play it online. Yeah, but I believe that's all for today. I actually have made a lot more mods, and I actually want to get those out. I figured out how to mod the vehicles. I've created a ton of vehicle mods, and I know how to mod I also know how to mod the character animations and everything like that, which is kind of interesting. So I'll probably get those out eventually. I still have to test them just to make sure they work and everything. And once I get those ready, I can actually release them. Because that's the thing. When making these mods, I made them because I realized that like a lot of people have not, like, if they've made a mod, they haven't released it, and I find that annoying. Like, because I've made a lot of mods, now I want to start like releasing them out to the public so that people can actually play them. And yeah, but that's all for today. Hope all of you have a great day.